Oh, hello and welcome to another well side-by-side video. This is just a little Margaret update really, just to bring you up to date on the journey we're having after Margaret's accident in January, and let you know what we're up to. Firstly, we're looking at other cars at the moment for Margaret. That's all explained in the video. We're 9 months after the accident now. We've had lots and lots of news from specialists. I explained that in the video. So enjoy the video, and please consider liking, please consider subscribing, and thank you for all the lovely messages that we've had over the last few months. They mean a lot to both myself and especially Margaret. Enjoy the video.
Shut up and sit down.
Hello and welcome to another well side-by-side video. As promised in the intro, this is an update because I haven't done an update for quite a long time on Margaret, my partner, who was involved in a road traffic collision, and lo and behold, the bloody bus that hit her, that wrote her Yaris off, has just gone down the road, J400 ABW. Wow, what a coincidence. Anyhow, forget about the bus. That's what started all the problems. A bus hitting the back of her Yaris hybrid and writing it off and trapping her in the car for 2 hours, meaning she was cut out of the car and seriously injured. Yeah, not a good start to a new year, was it? Anyhow, we're September now, so we're 9 months on. So yeah, car gets written off, and Margaret's on mobility. She's a blue badge holder, so mobility supply Margaret's cars.
Slight right onto Clipturfen, then
So
turn left to stay on Clipturfen.
you get older mobility after an incident like that. Mobility go, not a problem.
Turn left to stay
We'll get the
on
car
Clipturfen,
inspected.
then turn left onto
We'll get straight back
Head
to
south on
you,
Reeder Foyle Road
which they
towards
did
New
within
Road,
about
then
a
turn
week.
right onto New
They
Road.
said, right, you've got permission
Turn right onto New Road.
to go and order a new car.
Head south on Reeder Foyle Road towards Brink Road.
So we did lots of research,
Continue on Reeder Foyle Road for half a mile.
tried lots and lots of different cars, and we ended up picking a Yaris, an Ego Cross as the replacement for the Yaris. And at the time we did not know how serious Margaret's injuries were, because the NHS don't work very fast, and we were in a system now where it takes ages to get to see a consultant, takes ages to get the appropriate x-rays, the appropriate scans, and get referred to specialists. So we both assumed, and it turns out wrongly now, that Margaret would be driving again within a couple of months. So we just ordered another car. We ordered the Ego Cross that we picked up in April. To this date, since Margaret picked the car up, she's never driven it, because she's not been capable of,
300 yards, turn left onto Glenview.
because of the injuries she sustained in the accident. We just thought, wrongly again, that she'd get better in time, swelling would go down, she'd get a bit more mobility in the leg, and she'd be able to operate a car. Now,
Turn left onto Glenview.
that hasn't happened. If you follow the channel, you'll know we went down to Cardiff Spire Hospital.
Head south on Reeder Foyle Road towards Tanwy Foyle.
And we went down for MRI scans on both.
Continue for 3/4 of a mile.
Shut up, sat nav. We went down for MRI scans on both of Margaret's knees, and we've since had the results, and the news wasn't good. Margaret's now on a waiting list to go in and have some quite serious and major surgery on the damaged knees. But even after the surgery, we're being advised by the consultant Margaret won't be able to drive a car using foot controls. She will need to have a car adapted for hand controls for the brakes and the throttle. So we've got all this in writing now, and we've now since approached Mobility, who supply her car, explained the situation to them, and seriously, they are so nice to work with, they are so understanding, and they've just been absolutely fantastic. So they've put us onto a charity now who help people in our situation to adapt cars to your need. I know Mobility can do it on a new vehicle, but we would rather, if possible,
In 200 yards, turn left.
keep the Ego and have that adapted. But they've thrown two options at us. One is adapt Margaret's current car, or we cancel the contract on Margaret's car and go and pick a new car and have the new car adapted at delivery so it's ready to go. So
Continue for 2 miles.
we decided today,
Turn right.
being such a miserable day,
Mile, sharp left.
because we don't know where we stand yet on the adaptation grant. We've applied for it and we're guaranteed we're going to get it. Mobility have already said that you will definitely get it, but it's down to the people who issue the grant. It's their decision whether we go new car or adapt car we've got. So we thought, okay, why don't we go and have a look
Sharp left, then turn left.
at alternative cars, because Margaret's not brand loyal. Margaret doesn't care what she drives
Head west.
as long as the car she drives suits her needs. But now with her injuries, the choice of cars has got smaller and smaller and smaller, because we've got accessibility problems with Margaret getting in and out of the car, because she's got so little movement in her knees. She finds it very, very hard to flex the knee joint. And a car might have a big door opening that she can get into, but there might be a wide sill, or the seat might be too far into the car, and things like this we've got to take into consideration. There might be a hump in a door card with a speaker in it and she catches a leg on it, and that makes accessibility in and out harder for her. So we've got to take all these options into consideration when we're choosing a car. Now the Ego she can get in and out of very, very easily. So we thought, okay, if they decide we've got to go down the new car route, and Margaret not being brand loyal, let's go and see what else is on the market. So that's what we've been doing today. A wet, miserable, rainy day on a Sunday. Let's go car hunting and see what else she can get into and what she
Head
can't
south
get into.
towards B5381.
So we went to one dealership today. We're going to do a few more dealerships through the week, and the dealership we chose today sell Fiat, Hyundai, Suzuki and MG. And out of the cars they've got in that dealership, they've got 10 cars on the mobility scheme. Some of them we wouldn't even consider because they were pure electric cars, and and we're not interested in EVs. We don't want them, because we'd struggle to charge the car up. We've got no charging infrastructure, and our car's left parked outside all day, all night, and there's no power where the cars are parked, so that would be awkward. So it's got to either be a petrol
300
car
yards, slight left onto B5381.
or it's going to be a hybrid. So we tried all sorts today. We went through the entire Suzuki range: 4Cross, Swift, Vitara, Ignis, and not one of them can Margaret get into easily. So Suzuki's out the question.
Slight left onto B5381.
Then we looked at the Hyundais, i10, i20. There was another one, I can't remember the name, but it's on the scheme. And
Continue on B5381.
she struggled to get into any of them. One of them was just too small. The door aperture wasn't big enough, so the i20, sorry, the i10, straight, no chance with Margaret having an i10. We then looked at the MGs, because we're in a dealership, they've got MGs. And there's only one MG she could actually get into, and it was the MG3 hybrid. So out of 10 cars, we find one that she can get in and out of. I'm not saying we're going to order an MG, but the MG was the one she could get into. Right, one of the MGs was bigger than the Land Rover. Oh, it's bigger than the Range Rover actually. I'll be honest with you, it was a really nice car. But because of the design of the car,
Continue on B5381 for 2 miles.
the width between the door opening and the seat, it was a car we couldn't even entertain. Margaret couldn't get into it comfortably. But it's weird, the MG3 is something she fitted into. Really, really peculiar. It's ergonomically, it's quite well laid out. Seat height's perfect for her. Pedal positions, even though she won't be using them, if she was, they'd be okay. All the controls she liked. But the only downside to the MG3, and it's a minor thing really, but it's something that bothered Margaret: steering wheel adjustment. The steering wheel only goes up and down, it doesn't go in and out, so that bothered her a little bit. But like I say, we're only looking at the moment. We're hoping they can adapt the Ago, but over the week we're going to do a few more dealerships. Is that tomorrow we're going to go to another dealership, and they're multi-franchise, and they do Nissan, Dacia, Ford and Renault, and we're going to go see what they've got to offer and try some other cars. And then if we get done there quick, we've got an entire fleet of Volkswagen Audi group garages across the road, so that gives us the option to go and try Volkswagen, Audi, Skoda and Seat. And then we've pretty much used up all the local dealerships except for Toyota, but we know Toyotas, so we don't need to test drive. And we've already spoken to Toyota about the issues with adapting the car. They're already aware of what's going on, because that's who we deal with at the moment. So that really is the update on Margaret's condition and where we're up to and what's going on. Sorry this has been a bit of a long-winded video, but I've said in previous videos, you buy the car that suits your needs. You buy what you want, not what somebody else wants you to buy. You buy the car that suits your needs, which is why we're looking at other vehicles at the moment to find the perfect car for Margaret. And Margaret is not brand loyal, so I don't care what she drives, as long as whatever she drives is reliable and she's happy with it, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. She's the one who hopefully will be driving it with hand controls, and she can get her independence back, because she's ready to get her independence back. She feels ready to go out on her own now in a car, but what's restricting her now, like I said, is the injuries she sustained in the accident that are more serious than we initially thought. So there we go, that's what we've been up to today. That's what we're going to be up to for the next couple of days. Just doing some homework, really, having a look around, see what else is available for her. Right, sorry, it's been a long video, but thanks for bearing with us if you've made it to the end of the video. If you've made it to the end of the video, please leave me a comment, let me know your views on what I've said, but there is a code word. The code word is, I'll put it in the comments please so I know you got to the end, is X-ray. X-R-A-Y, X-ray. As if you've broken a bone and you've gone to the hospital. Code word X-ray. Thanks for watching. Please consider liking. Please consider subscribing.
In a quarter of a mile, turn left.